Breaking news.
Subscribe to Jack Up Your English.
Jack up your English.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, Jack Up Your English, and today we are going to look at phrasal verbs, and more specifically, phrasal verbs related to traveling.
Why do I need to know phrasal verbs?
Well, according to ChatGPT, there are more than 6,000 phrasal verbs in the English language. And besides that, each one of these phrasal verbs could have 4 to 5 different meanings, depending on the context you use them in. So, you could possibly be missing out on more than 20,000 ways of expressing yourself. So that's why it's important to know these phrasal verbs, the meaning of these phrasal verbs, and how to use them in context. So today we are going to look at 11 must-know phrasal verbs for traveling, and we're also going to use them in the same sequence that you would use them when you go on your holiday or vacation. Let's go do it.
Drop off.
So to start your holiday, you need to get to the airport, and you need someone to take you there. Maybe your family, friend or colleague, maybe a taxi. So they will take you there, you will get out, and they will leave, and you'll stay there. And then you will be dropped off at the airport. Let's go look at the meaning and an example.
To take someone to a place and leave them there. John will drop me off at the airport tomorrow. Check in.
Great. So now you have arrived at the airport, but you have to let them know that you are there and that you are ready to board your plane and travel to your destination. So when you arrive at the airport, you need to check in.
To register upon arrival and give necessary information at an airport. You need to check in at least 2 hours before your flight. Get on.
So we checked in. The next step is to board the aeroplane and travel and fly to our holiday destination. So we need to get on the airplane.
To enter or board a form of transportation. We need to get on the airplane 30 minutes before takeoff.
You like the content? Then please like and subscribe to my channel. That would be great.
Take off.
Okay, so we got onto the airplane. We're in our seat. The airplane is on the runway, ready to leave the ground and go up into the air. And that is when we take off.
The moment when an airplane leaves the runway. The flight to Australia will take off soon. Stop over.
So often when our destination is quite far, we can't just fly there directly. The airplane needs to land somewhere first. We might have to get off our airplane, get onto another one to reach our destination. And that is called a stopover.
To stay somewhere for a short time during a longer journey, usually between flights. We stopped over in Dubai on our way to Australia. Touchdown.
Finally, after hours and hours on our flight, our airplane is approaching our destination. And when it comes down and lands on the runway, the moment the wheels touch the runway, we can say, hey, we have touched down.
When an aircraft lands on the ground at the end of a flight. The flight touched down safely despite the severe weather. Get off.
Luckily for us, we touched down safely. The airplane came to a halt. We collect our hand luggage, and now we have to leave the airplane. And then we get off the airplane.
To leave or exit a form of transportation. We must get off the airplane to catch our connecting flight. Pick up.
Okay, so we got off the airplane, we went through customs, we collected our luggage, and now we need to get to our hotel. And maybe the hotel has a shuttle service and they will come pick you up at the airport and take you to the hotel.
To collect someone or something. I will pick up Jack from the airport. Check in.
So when we are traveling, there's a second time we can use check-in. We used it when we checked in at the airport, and now we arrived at our hotel. We need to let them know that we are here. We would like to get the keys for our room. So we also need to check in at the hotel when we arrive.
To register upon arrival and give necessary information at a hotel. We need to check into our hotel before 3 p.m. Set off.
So we arrived at the hotel, we had our first night's sleep, and the next morning we want to go out. We want to go on an adventure, we're going to do some sightseeing, and that moment when you start that activity, that's when we will use the phrasal verb set off.
The moment you leave or begin a journey. We'll set off early in the morning to go hiking. Come across.
Yeah, so now we have set off on our adventure. We are exploring the area, and purely by mistake or chance, we discover something interesting, and that's when we will use come across.
To find something by chance. We came across a beautiful village while exploring the region. Check out.
Finally, we have come to the last phrasal verb to know when we talk about traveling, and unfortunately our holiday has come to an end. We have to leave the hotel, and that's when we say we need to check out of our hotel.
When you leave the hotel and pay your bill. We need to check out of the hotel by 11 a.m.
So that wraps it up for this video. I hope these phrasal verbs were helpful and that you can make use of them when you go on your next holiday or vacation. As always, thank you everyone for watching, for liking, for subscribing. I'll see you in the next video.